Well, hello, beautiful people. Well, a couple of days ago, I posted on Facebook some plastic bottle flowers that I'd made to put into my garden to add a little bit of colour. I got a lot of lovely comments on them, and also I got a lot of questions of how do I do them. So there are a lot of videos on YouTube on this as well, but I said that I would try and get a little video together this weekend and just show you how I do them. So I'm by no means a professional at this, either videoing or crafting, so please excuse any errors that I make. But basically, you're going to need any type of plastic bowl. Now, some people do use the bottom as well, but I just tend to use the top. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you get your craft knife and you just work out how far down the bottle you want to go. And then you just basically in with the craft knife, and then you can either go all the way around with your craft knife, or you can, depending on the size and the thickness of your plastic, just pop your scissors in and then just cut it around. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means, so just, there we go. You can keep the bottom half of the bottle, so if you do decide you want to use the bottom half to make flowers as well, you can. So all I've done there is I'm just going to trim off that little bit there, and then I'm just going to take off the wrap. So just bear with me. Never comes off in one piece, does it? There we go. So you can just discard that. Okay, and then what you will do is, this is how you will then get the cut and the shape of your petals. So I normally try to find the actual, seam of the bottle and try and cut down the seam. So cut down as far as you can with your scissors. If you can go all the way down, go all the way down, because that will save more with the knife later. Then obviously just get the other seam, cut down again. Now it's entirely up to you how many petals you want in your flowers, what style of type of flower you want to do. So I'm just going to do this sort of, so I'll end up with 6 petals in this one. And again, it doesn't have to be exactly the same width petals, because have you ever seen a totally symmetrical flower? What you can do is, if you've not managed to cut far down far enough with your scissors, just get your craft knife and then just put that in, and then just cut down as far as you can. Do be very, very careful at this part, because obviously the plastic is a lot thicker around by the neck. There you go. And then obviously the more you do with these, the more you have to cut down as well. So this doesn't want to go in. There we go. I did manage to get quite way down with my scissors, but it's just the further down you go, the more you can bend the petals back. So it just looks a bit better. And that's that one. Okay. Couldn't find my lid then. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to get each petal and you're just going to bend that back and just press that like that. You see how it holds the shape? So that's why the further down you can get, the better it will look. Okay, so you end up with something like that. Now, again, petal shape is entirely up to you. It's whatever you want to do. So, but it's just basically just trimming off the edges like that. And again, this is the beauty of this. It doesn't need to be perfect. This is a nice craft that you can do with your kids. So you know, just go with it, enjoy, have a bit of fun. That's what it's all about. We all need that little bit of something at the moment, or any time really. There we go, last petal. Okay, just trim that bit. So, don't know whether you can see that very well, but you can see you've got your petals. Now I did cut another one earlier on. This is just a an apple juice bottle. And what I've done with these ones is I've cut these really thin. And again, I'm just going to bend them back. And then this is what I would do a daisy from. I love daisies. Daisies are my favourite flower. So I do have 2 daisies up on my wall already. So I thought I'd just do another one. So again, you just bend them all back. And then for the daisy, I tend to just hold it there. Just cut up to the middle into a bit of a point. Turn it round. And then cut down. So can you see that sort of shape there? And then obviously I would just continue that the whole way round. So I'm not going to basically do this whole one now, because obviously I don't think you want to be bored to tears watching me. But that's basically a bit difficult to see. Obviously it'll be easier when they're painted, but then that's you just cut that all the way around as well. Okay, and then I've got another one here that I've done. Again, it's just, I'm not going to go all the way through this, but these are even just like, you know, the little individual bottles, and they make a nice little flower. So the little flowers that you may have seen, the little yellow ones that I did, they were made out of this. So these ones are nice to do. They give a nice, you can see the difference in the size of the two. So, you know, they make a lovely little addition. And then a lot of people are saying, what is it you paint them with? So I've just basically been using acrylic paints. I've got a couple of different types. This is just a basic one, so it's not got any gloss in it. This style is a gloss. So this one does tend to have a bit of better coverage. And obviously then it has that nice little glaze on it as well. Please ignore my dirty paint palette. I'm naughty for not cleaning it at the end of each project. Although I do like to sit there and just pick off the paint in one big blob once it's dried. So all you're going to basically do then is just get a nice big brush. I've got mine ready here with my water in it. Have your paintbrush wet, but not too wet, so just dry that off a little bit. I know of some people who have painted the backs and the fronts of the flowers. So again, that is going to be entirely up to you. That's your own personal preference of what you want to do. So I just give it a good coverage and just move on to the next one. So again, this doesn't have to be, you know, perfection. This is why it's excellent for kids to do this. You know, so you can just let them free range, have a go at it. You know, they're going to enjoy doing a nice little activity with you, and then, you know, just seeing that in their garden. So, you know, they could even make some nice flowers for Grandma and Granddad. So, what I did when I did my flowers is I left the paint to dry for a little while, and then I just did a second coat. Doing the second coat can help get rid of some of the brush strokes, but I think the brush strokes in it look quite nice as well. And, you know, obviously if you want to do a third coat, fourth coat, that's entirely up to you. Just depends on what type of paint you have and the quality of coverage. But you can see that was really nice and quick to do. What I've been doing for the centre of the flowers is, again, just a little bit of paint. What I would normally do is wait for that to dry. I'm running low on black. I would normally wait for the first coat to dry, do the second coat, wait for that to dry, and then I would do my centerpiece. So again, I just got another brush, just got a little bit smaller because you've got to try and get into some of the corners. The brush is already wet, so I'm just going to load the brush, and then you see that, just paint that. Again, you can just do this as messy as you like. Just getting in those grooves of, obviously where the cap closes. I just tend to dab it rather than, brush strokes. So I've just got to be careful because obviously the paint's wet, so it's merging a little. What I will do is at a later stage, obviously, is I will wait for this to all dry and then do a second coat of the yellow and a second coat of the black. I just obviously whiz through a little bit more at this point just so you can see. What I also did on a couple of the flowers is I have some dotting tools that I just use when I'm painting my nails, and you can just dip them in and just do, a little couple of black dots just at the start of the petal. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Obviously, again, this is where you just let your creativity go wild, and you can paint them any colour you like. You can design different flowers. Like I say, I know people have used the bottom of the flower as well. I've personally just used the bottom of the bottle, sorry. I've personally just used the bottom. Correction. I've personally just used the top of the bottle. So there you go. As you can see, nice, easy, simple, quick and easy to do, So hopefully you enjoyed this and hopefully it helps. Like I say, if you wanted, you can paint the back as well. Entirely up to you. You don't have to. It just depends on how colourful you want them, or if you don't want to see through them. Where I have them in my garden, you can't really see through them apart from onto the back of the fence. So I'm quite happy with them that way. Like I say, personal preference, up to you. Do as you wish. Enjoy. Have fun. Thanks a lot then. Bye.